Hey, we are back with Bill Nye, and we have to talk about the iconic show that started it all, Bill Nye the Science Guy. Okay, this is now celebrating 30 years.
Yeah.
I want you to walk us down memory lane a little bit. Tell us what it was like when you first started, and what did it feel like when it blew up to become as massive as it was?
Well, so I was working on Almost Live at that other TV station, and there was a show called Seattle Today, which you can imagine easily what that would be like. And there were Jim McKenna and Aaron Gottlieb were producers on that show, booking guests, doing this and that. And they started their own production company, and in 1988, they hired me to do this thing called Fabulous Wetlands. And it's still on the electric internet, I think.
The electric internet.
No, the kids use it.
Yeah.
The electric thing.
Oh.
Yeah. And anyway, with Washington State, everybody, we are so groovy. There's fish and wildlife, and you know who's the limit on how many Dungeness crabs you can crack and stuff. But there's a Department of Ecology, and that became a template for the show. So Jim and Aaron went around the country for years. We got this idea. I went to the program director at King and did this. Wouldn't this be great? We'd have this. Here's a drawing. Here's what it would look. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, eventually we got a deal to do a pilot because there were these progressive wild people who wanted to have 3 hours of educational programming every week. Exactly. But I'm a station manager. I have a license to print money. You want 3 hours of education? This is an outrage. Out of a whole week, 3 hours. Anyway, it was back with Tipper Gore and those people really pushing for this. So we had this idea at the right time. That's the way I describe it. And Jim and Aaron's personal charm got the head of Department of Energy really interested in this guy, Rich Stevens. And the place like Department of Energy has a problem they call the pipeline. They need engineers and scientists to be graduating from college in time to come work on nuclear weapons or whatever the heck they do there. And so he was very supportive. And then this personal relationships in Washington, D.C. is such that, well, if DOE, Department of Energy, is giving money, we're the National Science Guy, we're going to give money. So we had enough money to do a pilot.
So the show becomes, it was just so fun as a kid watching it, and parents liked watching it as well. I mean, you got to do some really cool stuff on the show.
Oh, yeah,
you got to blow stuff up. You got
but I was telling you, so just yesterday, I was driving down the road on Lake Union here, and I remember the day we need a shot of Bill in scuba gear jumping off the back of the boat. So I'm not a great scuba diver, but I don't suck. I can scuba dive. I'm fine. Never gotten injured. It's great. So, you know, there's salt water and there's fresh water. So I was wearing the same weights that I wore in Puget Sound for other parts of the show. You jump off the back of the boat in fresh water. So I don't know if you guys know, the density of water greatly depends on all this 30 parts per thousand salt.
How'd that go for you?
So you just start sinking like a missile, you know. Wow!
Did you immediately realize?
Yeah, so I was young, you know, I could react. So I was just pumping, and I didn't drown, I didn't get the bends and all that, but it's just a classic thing.
What's it like?
Let's try this.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then we were on I guess it was the Seattle River, I think. Might have been the Skycomish River. I'm in a kayak, I'm talking to the camera, I'm being total Bill, blah, blah, blah. And they're kind of waving. And I'm talking about the importance of rivers that are downhill, and this is so your city, I'm sure, is by a river. And so it's this little waterfall. And then you're underwater for several seconds, like, okay, I'm wearing a personal flotation device. Everything's going to be great. I don't know if you've ever been sucked down by water wearing a PFD, but it pushes up on your armpits. It's floating, and wow, I'm still underwater. This is fascinating.
Gosh.
Is that
so
stuff like that? But
those are panic-inducing.
Say again.
Is it fascinating or panic-inducing?
Well, I'm trying. Well, yes.
Yes.
But there are other times when it was so cool. I mean, I can't tell you. I got a ride in the Blue Angels, you know. And it's just, you know, I worked on airplanes, but so you're flying along, and I don't know if you've ever heard the audio of the Blue Angel guy. The first guy, the first plane is the leader, and he's the only guy that talks. Adding power, and this like Zen thing. Adding, so, and then he'll say, you know, a little pull back on the stick, and you go, little pull. You can hardly keep your jaw closed. It's just like the thing I didn't see coming.
Oh, wow.
So one of the, not to digress even more, but at Boeing, you know, you've probably looked out the window of an airplane. Do we have to quit in 20 seconds?
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
Anyway, when they put up the speed brake, which slows the plane down,
Oh my God.
your feet come off the deck, you're hanging on the thing. It was so cool. Anyway, thank you, Seattle.
Thank you.
You saved my
Come and
life.
hang
It's
with
great to see
us.
you. I'll see you tonight at McCall Hall. Back after this.
Oh, that's right.